Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
Mabel, we start. Mabel. Hi, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans with me, Kerryn Elizabeth Feehan, and my co-host, Mabel Elizabeth Feehan. Hey guys. Kerryn, what? No, wait. Literally no. Mabel.
She knew. She knew we started. No! She was fine before we started.
Stop it.
She's like, where'd that come from?
Hey, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans with me, Kerryn Elizabeth Feehan, and my co-host, Mabel Elizabeth Feehan. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Mabel. Here's your tale. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Mabel's a good girl. Did I mention the pigeon that she caught last episode?
No.
Oh, Mabel caught a pigeon. Let's hear it for Mabel. She is an apex predator. She doesn't give a fuck. It's on my Instagram. I did hard post the video if you want to check it out. I haven't taken her to the vet, so she probably has some type of bird pox, but I mean, so does Flutzy, and she seems to get around just fine. Really? We're taking Flutzy digs on our solo app? She's not even in the room. You guys might not even know who Flutzy is. If you don't, check her out, follow her. She's trying to be a wannabe model or some shit. Give her some fucking money. I mean, she's getting too old for that. She's got to find a new career. No, she's great. I'm fucking around. I'm talking to myself. That's my inner monologue coming out. Pat's here. I got a new bowl because I broke my first one, which is pretty typical of me. I have a gnarly bruise. I think it's a dog park bruise. Sometimes dogs will be roughhousing and they'll just run into the back of your leg. So you always got to keep your knees kind of loose. You never want to have lockdown knees in the dog park. Yeah, I'm telling them, Mabel. And you're the fucking best in the dog park. You're my good girl. Get over here. Come here, you little shit monkey. Oh, yeah, booty scratch. Booty. Come here. Show them what you can do. Sit. 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 I don't have any treats to give her, you guys, but she does do it. Sit. 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 Come on. You call that a sit? What?
That's especially, it looks like a jiu-jitsu bruise, like grappling.
It looks like a grappling bruise.
Looks like you've been doing MMA.
What did I? I'm like, it could be from Ian Lara picking me up. Like
lifting you off the ground?
He does. Okay. He when I see him often, he'll pick me up with both of his arms. And so I'll be straddling him, in public, just in front of everyone. This romantic display. Sorry, give me 1 second. But speaking of Ian Lara, I went to his HBO special taping with Emma Willman as my date, and we had a great fucking time. He killed it. He got a standing ovation. It was really inspiring. Really fucking happy for him. And then I went to the stand to do a spot, and our friend of the podcast, Big Fat Lev, was there, and he was drunk and funny. Like, maybe the funniest I've ever seen Lev. He was bragging about being friends with the New York Giant. He's like, I'm friends with the New York Giant. And I was like, you mean yourself? You're friends with yourself? He was taking shots at me that were very funny. It's like, and Lev's going to hear all this because he's one of those people who searches his name. Yeah, it's sick. But it reminded me a lot of my uncle, my obese uncle who died of alcoholism and obesity alone in his trailer in Florida, because he would too, once a certain amount of drinks would hit his system, the level of charm and funniness was unmatched. Makes me think of a Chris Farley, John Belushi type of dead fat guy vibe. What, Pat? I feel like you want to say something.
Do you think people thought you were funny in moments where you were?
When I was trying to fit myself into a newspaper dispenser, yeah, I do think people thought that was funny.
That sounds hilarious.
Yes. So I can empathize a little bit too. And nobody thinks you're funnier than you in that moment when you're fucking hammered, like, but you can be, and as I was, I'm sure, you can be a little loose-lipped when you are intoxicated, and sometimes you can talk some shit that you can't take back. What the fuck am I talking? I don't fucking talk shit. Talking shit is maybe my favorite part of comedy. Talking shit about people. It's fucking fun.
That's part of the hang.
Yeah.
You got to be able to talk shit.
Did you watch Bill Burr's new special?
I did not.
It's good.
Shout out Bill Burr. I might be seeing him in Forest Hills.
Where do you?
When
He's coming to Forest Hills, Queens.
Queens, yep. September.
In September. Well, guess where I'm going in September? I have 2 gigs. The first is September 11th. I'll be headlining Zany Chicago, getting out of this neighborhood on September 11th.
Will you be flying on September 11th?
Probably.
Oh, no.
September 11th was my grandmother's birthday. So, I know there's that whole tragic thing that happened, but more importantly, rest in peace, Grace Houlihan. I wanted my name to be Grace so bad. Am I bleeding? I always scratch this eczema.
Shout out my niece, Grace.
You have a niece named Grace? My niece, her middle name is Grace.
She's listening.
She better not be, Pat. How old is she?
18 months.
Don't let your 18
I
month
think
old.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube's always putting well, Pat. Let's back up. I get a message from YouTube. We put age restriction on, and then I see what Pat has titled the video.
Oops.
And it's finger banging children.
No.
What is it?
It was schools out, fingers in. That's not even that bad.
That's worse. No, it isn't. The implication is school's out for the summer, pedophiles. Get your fingers ready. School's out, fingers in. It was like...
Oh, but can you see my pussy with dollar signs as the S's wasn't that bad, but...
I don't know why that one bombed. It crushed on Instagram. I don't get it.
TikTok crushed.
TikTok it crushed? I don't know what's going on with my TikTok, but thank you,
By the way, we
guys.
haven't addressed the 20,000 new subscribers who are probably watching.
Oh, hey, new subs. That are all now going to unsubscribe. They're like, what have we decided to contribute to enjoy? Hey guys, thanks for subscribing. That means you like me. You like my comedy. This is Mabel. That's Pat. And as you can tell, this is a very research-driven podcast. Super heady, very, I would say, polarizing as far as politics is concerned. I'm kidding. We usually have guests. Go watch some back episodes. It's not just me. What are you pulling up right now, Pat?
A picture of Elon Musk on vacation.
His dad? Because his dad's a fucking sicko.
Also, did you hear about he's had like another baby with
I was reading about it today. His dad had a child 3 years ago with his stepdaughter who's 35 years old. He gave an interview. He was like, and I believe Elon feels the same way. It's like, our main purpose is to reproduce. Like, what are we doing if not to reproduce? With his 76-year-old sperm. Yeah, gross. And he goes... Yeah, my daughters think it's weird because can you look up how old his biological daughters are? Because he goes, yeah, they think it's creepy. They still think it's creepy to this 3 years later. Yeah, they're not over it. They still think it's weird. Yeah, because if they're close in age, it's kind of like you were fucking their sister, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so he has Griffin is the oldest at 18, and then he has 3 kids at 16. And then there's a gap between... Oh, Vivian also at 18. So he's a lot of kids. Too many.
So his stepdaughter, why? Where does the 35-year-old stepdaughter come in then? He must have remarried.
I just want to think of a scenario where it's okay. Did she pass? Did they divorce? And then...
Find out, dude. Look up Elon's ex-wife or whatever. I know, because why aren't they giving us all the info right away? They just mention he's South African, and that's supposed to be enough to be like, listen, they do it different over there. You're not going to find enough info. He's got 18-year-old kids, a 35-year-old stepdaughter who is fucking. If he's 76 and he has a 35-year-old stepdaughter. You can only imagine the woman he married is age appropriate. Not age appropriate, but like in her 50s.
So they're saying it was unplanned at least. It was not on purpose.
Okay. The fact that they have to use that adjective really confuses me too. I don't know what type of human goes, me and my stepdaughter, we're trying for a kid. Yeah. You're not trying to have a kid with your stepdaughter? I mean, just because it's the most searched porn category doesn't mean you should do it.
Arol said that while he has not checked the DNA of the child, quote, it's pretty obvious.
Yes, I saw that because it looks like him. He goes, it looks like my other daughters and it looks like me. The ego on this old man. Like, that's like, imagine your grandfather's like eating mashed potatoes and it's like popping out of his mouth and he's like, yeah, I know that's my fucking kid I have with my stepdaughter. She looks just like my other daughters. Like, it's disgusting. But he's like a very put together 76-year-old. So you weren't able to obtain the information.
I don't know how they got...
Wife. Look up his wife. Any wife. Okay. Wife,
well,
ex-wife.
I should look up Elon Musk.
How many wives has he had? I think Elon has like 9 kids. 2 of them are with Busta Rhymes. No, Grimes. Her name's Grimes. Or is it Grimes? And then he has like 5 other ones with his ex-wife, and then they just didn't list 2. So 2 of you Musk kids don't matter. Can you imagine your dad's like a billionaire buying Twitter, going to space, but you're just numbers 7 and 8.
They won't even like really say the name of
the wives.
The half sister. Alexandra Musk is the half sister. Her mom was Mae Musk. They were married for 9 years in the 70s. So from 1970 to 79.
Okay. So like probably Woody Allen times. They were all doing it.
So it must have been years later, yes, that they connected, like 30 years down the line. That he connected with his stepdaughter.
He reconnected with the stepdaughter.
This is what I'm assuming.
Who, when he was a grown man, she was very young?
Because they've been divorced since 1979. So it's
and
like...
he never forgot about this little girl. It's so sick when you think... Jesus fucking Christ, men are so sick. I love you guys, and I know that 19,000 of you are probably fucking men. And I'm when I say things like about how vile and disgusting and barbaric and truly without moral compass a lot of you seem to be, and maintain the egos. I mean, the guy pontificating in an interview, well, our reason is to reproduce just because we stalk our stepdaughter from the age of... I mean, like, even if she was 10, I'm like trying to think. And then I like started thinking, I'm like, but like, then I'm like, well, Lewis would call this guy real ass dude of the week. If he probably already was. If Lewis wasn't mad at me, I would text him, ask. He'll probably hear that. He probably looks up his name too.
Shout out Lewis if you're watching.
Shout out to Lewis. Thanks for watching. So does Chloe LeBranch, who are my other mentally ill friends. I got a 90-minute full body massage. This guy took my fucking hymen and put it back. And then he like took it back out. He had his knees in the crack of my butt, my legs like up in the air. I was moaning.
That must be where the bruise is from.
It very well could
there you
be.
Go.
It very well could be. But I don't think I would bruise that. Maybe though, because he was doing some wild shit back there. And I was moaning and no one came to rescue me. What is that, Elon?
Oh, yeah. This is him on vacation in Mykonos after he backed out
covered in zinc sunscreen. I can tell it's a mineral sunscreen. I always find...
It's very white.
No, that's because see how it's pink in other spots? That's not his skin tone. He's covered in zinc.
What do you think of his nipples?
What do I think of his nipples? Listen, I don't hate Elon's body. I don't think Elon is grotesque.
I think he's like very strong.
Yeah, he looks like he has the same build as like Putin.
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
I feel like this build on a man, it's like a broad chest, and like like upper body strength.
What makes him
not a ton of mobility?
Like girls won't have sex with him.
Girls won't
want to.
Want to?
Yeah.
Girls your age?
No. His peers.
I mean, money can be an aphrodisiac, I suppose. His personality seems intolerable. Like the way he speaks, I don't think he's charming. He stutters a lot. He might be brilliant, but he's like very awkward. I don't find him charismatic. But money, bitches love money. Right? I mean, I don't know how else. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're so infatuated with his brilliance. That's the other thing. I mean, that's like chicks to me. That's along the same lines as women who get obsessed with the minds of, criminals and become their pen pals. Like, you're just in love with their brain. That's weird. But that makes you want to fuck them. It's not weird. I'm not. I guess I'm so rarely stimulated by my male partners that I can't even fathom falling in love with someone for their mind.
Well, I think it's nice to be attracted to someone other than their looks.
You have that's easy to say when you're a 4 and your girlfriend's a 10. I find it nice. But yeah, you bagged the chick way out of your league and you're just coasting. She probably has a great personality too. Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit, Pat. You make me want to smoke pot. All right, think of another topic.
Speaking of smoking pot, Brittany Griner's still in Russia.
That's a great joke.
For bringing a weed pen to Russia.
This is fucking like, what are we doing? Go get her. Go get her.
Prisoner exchange.
Go get her. Like, who's supposed to go? Like, do we send in Navy SEALs? Do we send in?
Who would you want to swap out for Brittany Griner? Like trade.
Oh,
Russia.
Somebody we have incarcerated.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Maybe like a rapper of sorts.
Well, here's the thing. Like, which way do you go? Like, do you want to actually free somebody?
Well, I don't even think they have to be Russian. I think it's just someone we don't want.
Right. No, I know. But it's like we're sending them to Russia,
yeah,
though.
we're sending them to Russia.
But they might be celebrated in Russia, depending on their crime. I don't know. Did we catch the guy who did the Miami gay nightclub shooting? Like, you send him to Russia, he's getting elected. He's going to be a fucking member of their Congress. I think that guy killed himself, though. Sorry, that was distasteful to any of my gays.
Also, we should probably reach out to like other countries too. Maybe they make a trade for us. If we have any allies out there, we'd like Brittany Griner back.
I mean, to me, it's like they're making us look like bitches is what it is. Like, they're like, yeah, we'll keep your WNBA. And we're like, yeah, we don't fucking care about WNBA anyway. We never have. We stink. I don't know why the fuck we can't get over there. I don't know why people aren't mad. I don't know. I don't get it.
She's one of the few players that can dunk in the WNBA too. So it's like, we're going to notice.
Okay.
If there's no dunking.
But yeah, why aren't people like holding up signs like Free Britney?
Yeah. No one's protesting.
No dank,
for Free Britney.
no dank, no dunk. Like, no dunk, dank for dunk. This is bullshit. Pat, you could have helped me out there. Look at the size of this bruise.
Dunk.
Maybe I wish it was from Ian picking me up.
I think it might be from the masseuse.
The masseuse fucking took me to task. Thank you, sir.
And you're picking at your leg also. That's an OCD.
Oh, this is like my last patch of eczema that I've ever had, and it's almost like I scratch it to hold on to it. What are we looking at? What is that?
Well, this is my OCD.
Oh,
I was telling you about it before. It's called dermatophagia. It's real. It's when like you pick the skin on your fingers. So if you guys have dermatophagia out there, shout out in the comments. If you're standing in solidarity with me.
Pat's eating his own finger skin right now. You guys can't see him, but he's like, shout out in the comments if you're like me.
It's a bad habit.
You're just like me.
It's a bad habit.
I used to eat my cuticles.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
And I stopped. I'm wondering why.
I've always done it.
Very rarely from time to time I'll get back into it, but it was typically, I think it coincided with my drinking, and typically.
When you stopped, would you do it more?
Yeah. But I would also do it while I was drinking. I was an out of control type thing because there wasn't anything itchy or wrong. I would just find something to chew.
I think it's just satisfying, like when you pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
I also have like this perception that I'm healing myself by peeling it off.
Yeah.
When I'm not. It's
Yeah.
actually making it worse.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard out here.
Are there any treatments for it?
Okay, yeah, let me look it up. Acupuncture.
Oh, let's get you some acupuncture.
Yeah.
We'll do it. We'll film
I'm
it.
scared of needles.
You're a pussy.
No,
It's not real
not getting
needles.
shots, but like having multiple on me. That seems too much.
Yeah, but like, can I tell you, Pat? Like, old people do it. Like, you can do it. It's mind over matter. Like, he's shaking. He doesn't want to do it.
Hypnosis, I would do.
All right, we're gonna hypnotize you, and then we're gonna shove a million needles in you. Hate to break it to you. Like and subscribe. You guys are now. You guys see what you're in for. Wait till we torture Pat.
Oh, there's stress reduction activities such as exercise.
You're like, boo, hiss. I was gonna, you know what I was gonna say too? I swear I stopped eating my fingers when I started working out a lot too. But now I have calluses, which I fucking love. Those are like, you can pick those off and they're fun to do. What's that?
They're saying to start chewing gum instead of biting. That doesn't help.
What?
They said to start chewing gum instead of biting your skin too. That doesn't help.
And you're like, next thing they're gonna tell me to brush my teeth and wash my face and brush my hair and put on pants. Mabel dismissed herself from the podcast. I feel like when she felt like it wasn't enough about her. She's basically been playing very well at all different dog parks with all dogs. So shout out to Mabel. Shout out to me and my complicated love life. I just like...
What's happening?
You know, I talk to different people. I give different people chances. Some people are like... You want to give them a shot and then they're just like, they irritate you. So
then you're like...
So you don't, right? You don't give them a shot and then you don't like follow up and da-da-da-da. And then let's say like 2-3 weeks go by, maybe even a month. And then they text you like a compliment out of the blue. And by this time, you've totally forgotten that they're irritating. You got a fresh new compliment on your plate. I'm like, I like compliments. Da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, you're doling out another shot. And it's like only to be disappointed again. It is a cyclical thing that I'm doing. I think it may be due to the 9 concussions, the amount of marijuana, perhaps damaged brain cells over the years. I literally forget that this person irritates me. And you got to wonder, like, because there's certain people that I've described as irritating that I now consider very close friends. So, you know, people can
Maybe
evolve.
as you change, your perception of people change as well.
I'm certainly more tolerant of the male species. I think I am. Maybe I'm not, though, because my male cohorts and amigos and colleagues, comedians who I work with, you know, practically on a nightly basis, a lot of them refer to me as a man. I don't see that.
Well, it's because you can hang with the guys.
You
You can hang.
That's not a compliment. That's like being like, oh, I can hang with the monkeys that fucking poop outside and eat bugs off each other. That's not a compliment.
Well, also, you're willing and want to. And like, not many.
Because I'm like, when's time's the gangbang? And you guys are all a bunch of beta cucks. Nobody ever pulls a trigger. Derek Gaines. Just kidding. Well, no, recently, first of all, Lev's giving me shit about my apartment. He says I don't have enough furniture. Wait till you guys see this yellow love seat if Pat ever fucking builds it. Actually, shout out to Tim McLaughlin who built half of it. Great comedian. Give him a follow from Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, I'm going to be headlining in Chicago September 11th at Zany's. Come. I'm a great fucking live show. Hate to toot my own horn. Hate to say show, but say show. I'm like, oh, I should probably smoke more.
Well, a lot of our viewers come from your crowd work clips on TikTok.
You guys,
Shorts.
I have so much written material that I don't post on Instagram just because I don't. There's like a few like jokes here and there, but it's not easy for someone who's had 9 concussions to build, an hour of material, but I seem to have done it. So come to shows, and I'm always writing new jokes. I have 3 new workers right now. The problem with the concussed brain, as I keep referring to, is oftentimes I write my new jokes and I get excited about them, and my old jokes go to the back of the line, right? Sometimes they disappear forever. And then Joe Harari, shout out to Joe Harari, is like, remember this 5-minute chunk you used to do? Oh yeah, let's fucking pull that one out. Oh man, I should really get more focused.
Well, that's a good problem. Most comics should have.
Well, I do have the luxury of just talking to myself all day. Hold on. What type of? I worked out with Justin Silver, who we are gonna have on the pod soon. You know, Mabel's behavior is pretty good, I think, for the most part. We've got a little. She wants to play sometimes in the lobby. The front hook harness has been a game changer for me. I don't know if anybody's dog is pulling, but it really fucking helped out Mabel. Pat, I want to empty this.
I do top of the neck harness.
What do you do?
The back harness.
I do the front one because it takes out her center of gravity. I don't know if you want this. Yeah, bitch, your center of gravity, you dum-dum. I love you. So that way when she goes after not that she goes after other dogs, she wants to play with them, no matter what size. But Mabel's play sometimes can look like this. Woof. What's up? That's what you do. So sometimes like a little tiny bitch dog is like, "Meow." And their mom is like, "Meh." It's the bull. It's literally the bull. And Pat can do whatever he wants. Pet her, Pat. Tell her you love her. Tell her she's a good girl. Or kick her, you fucking monster. I mean, what the
I may have
fuck?
kicked her in the face.
You just booted her. I'm like, Pat, kiss her, kiss her. Kick her? No.
Sorry.
It's okay. She gets booted in the face with balls all the time. She doesn't give a fuck. She it's like she doesn't even shake it off. She's immovable. Like you think they'd be like, oh, but no, she's like, give it me again. She's so intense about the ball. People are so, they're very vocal about how talented she is. She catches every ball. It's like she doesn't miss. She's a machine. One of the security guards in Battery Park was playing with her. She's like, oh, she's a professional. I was like, yeah.
Professional dog.
I know I've said it before, but if somebody could send me a link of somewhere that's close enough, like in Manhattan, that's my thing. Or maybe even in Jersey City or Hoboken, we could jump on the ferry. I want to take her to an agility course. I want to get her in some competitions, and I want to wear little shorts on TV. We would kick ass. Worked out with Justin Silver. I did that thing where you put the barbell on your foot and then you lift it up. My feet are pretty dirty. I don't think the foot guys care. I don't know. I forget. Mabel's so fucking cute right now. What are you pulling up? How much is it? Whatever, we're going. It doesn't matter how much it is. We're fucking going.
Yeah, I was like, the subscribers will pay for it.
Will you guys? Did Chip's podcast. Frantic was very fun last night. Sorry, this is Tuesday. Usually we record on Fridays.
Last night.
We're a little thrown off. Frantic was great. TJ Miller. Was he there last night? Yeah. Steve Byrne dropped in. Aaron and I did our thing.
Aaron back from little tour. He went to Texas.
I'm not promoting.
I watched him on Kill Tony.
I guess I'll promote Aaron. I guess Aaron's on tour right now. Go check out Aaron
Just
Berg.
Aaron.
Go check out Aaron Berg closing every show, I guess. I don't know who's opening for him, but go watch him. Go support that tour.
He was hilarious on Kill Tony. I watched Kill Tony
Aaron
yesterday.
was?
Yeah.
Aaron's
He was
so
going
funny.
crazy.
He was going crazy.
It was funny.
Good for him.
What else?
Did you just say what else to me? Like in an aggressive way? I was just thinking about, fuck you, Pat. You know what? Like, I wanted to fucking cancel.
You were talking
No,
about
Pat. You got a raise. You do less work.
That's not true. We're getting a sponsor soon, guys. You'll see a
Because
sponsor
of
soon.
me. I blew that guy. I'm just kidding. I think that guy's married. What was it for? It's for like a transcription thing, right?
A wellness drink.
A wellness drink? Yeah.
We won't get too far into it right now.
I did Chip with Ralph Sutton was on, and I was talking to him about my blue Canatine, my Troscription. You put it under your tongue, makes your tongue blue, but it's fucking awesome. If you think you're getting sick, if you kind of have the SADS, I usually do it right before I work out. It just fucking makes you feel great. It obviously makes you feel great because like you don't give a shit that like your tongue's blue. Like add that into it. Like people were like who? Bonnie McFarlane. She goes, that's attractive. And I was like, I don't care. I feel great. Come here, you fucking bitch. Come here.
Playing with Mabel right now for the audio listeners.
Sorry. This is what people want to see. They want to see the beast. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, I love you. I love you. Pat, what else?
I don't know. You had a great episode at 30 minutes. We could throw some other stuff in there.
Yeah, I know, Pat. You have delivered how many topics?
A couple.
There's so much we could talk about. In North Carolina, they drafted, I know this because I follow Amanda Seales, by the way, which, you know what? If we're being honest, like, can she be a little bit of a lot at like if that's your first video that you're watching of the day, and sometimes it does feel like Amanda Seales is mad at you. But I also have always enjoyed following her, and I follow her and I get a lot of my information from her. She posted North Carolina drafted a bill, didn't pass it yet, but drafted a bill that would make it legal to murder a woman. Because you know what I'm about to say, right? Who is going to get an abortion. Like, you say it out loud. Like, you started laughing before I even said, because it's like, what? Because first of all,
so they're saying it equates to murder and that you should get the death penalty if you're murdering a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But wait, is that the most recent draft? Did Bill? Go to Amanda Seales' Instagram.
North
Can you
Carolina
do that?
Bill 158. This is the actual news story, but I can, yeah.
She said that it made it legal for you to murder a woman who is going to have an abortion. Like, it's like this vigilante shit that I think is like really fucking scary, because I know a bunch of comics who have premises that are like, I'm going to get an abortion, you know? And like, when they're like, oh, are you?
Does this look like the video?
All right, never mind, because you didn't find what I'm looking for.
You were right. It's North Carolina Bill 158.
Like, North Carolina? Like, I just
wants to punish abortion with death penalty.
That's where I shot that show, My Big Fat Fabulous Life. And it does sometimes, I mean, Whitney Waythor feels like a different species of human to me. So maybe not only physically, but like mentally, we're dealing with like different species of people. I mean, who have these sets of beliefs that are so wild and far from any rational thought. Religious extremists, you know? They're probably the first people that would like vote on like a Muslim ban, and they are literal religious extremists.
Yeah, the different states are different worlds. A lot of people don't understand.
Well, and this is Micah Fox put this very well recently. I don't know if anyone else put it as well as I saw it, but she goes, people in New York care about other people from different countries because they interact with them every day. People from like the middle of the country, flyover states, as my mother calls them, aren't really interacting with the people that these laws and shit affect, I guess. I don't fucking know, dude. My head hurts. I'm like, I'm not smart enough for these conversations that I start.
No, you are.
What?
You are. I think you're just having a day.
Fuck you, Pat. Mabel, bite him. Mabel, get up here. Come here, you bitch. You're a bitch.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Guys, subscribe to YouTube. Check it out. See who wins this fight. Hey, come here.
If you're
Come
listening
here.
on audio,
Come
you're
here.
missing out
Come
on
here.
a lot of fun with the dog.
Ow! Lick. Kisses. Thank you. Guys, get a fucking dog if you don't have one. Get a fucking dog. Follow Free the Beagle campaign thing on Instagram. It's they're getting a lot of them out and everything, but there were a lot of beagles still being tested on in facilities in Virginia and other states, even Connecticut, I think. Connecticut. I could be wrong. I might have just thrown Connecticut under the bus for no reason, but I don't know why we're still fucking testing on dogs. Look at these idiots. We have the same DNA.
So we're getting tested.
Hello? I don't think so. Do you think so? Speak into the fucking microphone. Speak into the microphone. Thank you. You shouldn't. First of all, you just took a big dump, so you don't have to poop. Hey, don't chew your tail so aggressively on me.
Someone in the comments suggested we get a dog walker for during the podcast.
No, because then they'll steal her.
If that was you, sound off.
Then they'll steal her. There's been I guess an uptick in dog napping, but of course they go for the little dogs and their female owners that are like, no, beaches.
Hey, not my cables.
Not that cable. Look at me. Look. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. Cut the shit.
And you guys are following the journey of Mabel, the evolution of when she was once a calm pup, and to this personality and nature. Subscribe to the YouTube to follow the journey of Mabel.
I'm hitting the road in the fall, you guys. I'm doing upstate Scarsdale, September 16th. October, I'm in Vegas, Skankfest. November, I'm in Florida. Tampa? Clearwater? Those places.
Most of your listeners are in Cali, by the way, looking at the analytics.
And I'm going to LA soon. Me and Allie Makovsky are going to do an apartment swap. She's going to come and podcast from the OnlyFeehans set. You're going to produce that, Pat. I just made that decision now. She fucking, Mabel and her easily got along the best out of all the guests.
And then you can have Mo, her boyfriend, produce your podcast.
I'm going to have him produce more than my podcast. Allie.
Shout out Mo. I like
You
Mo.
heard me. Shout out Mo. Listen, Mo's going to have Mo pussy, Mo problem. Mo problems. I'm just kidding. Mo's probably watching this who's this old bag throwing herself at me? I have Allie Makovsky. She's on the rise. But I'm going to go to LA. I'm going to do some podcasts. I guess. Do you think any part of this was funny? Yeah. Which part?
I honestly think we had a great episode. You're totally underselling.
I'm underselling it?
Yeah, it was great.
Speaking of that, subscribe to my OnlyFans. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. Talk about over-delivering. I'm going to over-deliver a baby on there in protest. I'm going to deliver my period every month and pretend like it's a life.
So today's episode 89. So every 4 episodes, that's what we'd expect.
Yes. So, you have to tell me to deliver it. Oh my God, this is a miracle. I made something. I made it.
See you guys for episode 93.
Thanks for listening.
It's only Feehans.